Something many people over 65 start to notice is that everyday movements aren't quite as effortless as they used to be. Maybe getting out of a low armchair takes a little more effort, or kneeling down to pick something up feels like a bigger task. It's a quiet, often unspoken reality that creeps in. That feeling of losing a bit of independence, of needing a hand, or worrying about losing balance, it can be a heavy weight on your mind. The world can start to feel just a little bit less accessible, a little less welcoming. When simple physical tasks become challenging, there's a real fear there. A fear of becoming limited, of missing out on things you love. But there's something truly special, something increasingly rare, about someone in their late 60s, 70s, or even early 80s who can still move with a certain ease, who can get up from a chair or even the floor without a struggle, who feels confident and steady on their feet. Someone who still possesses that fundamental physical capability is truly a rare gem in today's world. It speaks volumes about their vitality, their resilience, and their ability to continue living life fully on their own terms. How do you become that rare gem? What are the secrets that allow some people to maintain this level of function and independence as the years go by? It's not about being an Olympic athlete, it's about nurturing key abilities that often get overlooked. In this video, we're going to dive into some simple, practical ways you can build and keep the strength, balance, and flexibility that make you that rare gem. We'll look at habits and practices that can make a real difference in how you feel and what you can do every single day. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. Let's start with one of the absolute cornerstones, something that directly impacts that ability to rise from a chair or feel strong when you walk. And that's building and maintaining your strength. Now, when I say strength training, please don't picture lifting heavy barbells or spending hours sweating in a gym surrounded by young people. That's not what this is about. For us, it's about functional strength, the strength you need for living your life. Think about the muscles you use when you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, carry groceries, or simply walk across a room. These are primarily your leg muscles, your glutes, your core, and even your back muscles. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass and strength, a process called sarcopenia. It starts gradually, sometimes without us even noticing. But over time, it makes those everyday tasks harder. Our legs might feel weaker, our balance less steady, and that simple act of getting up feels like a major effort. But here's the incredibly good news: you absolutely can build muscle and strength. No matter your age, your muscles respond to stimulus at 65, 75, and beyond, just like they did when you were younger. It just might take a little longer, and you need to be smart and consistent about it. The key isn't lifting heavy weights. It's about using resistance that challenges your muscles safely. And the most accessible resistance you have is your own body weight. Think about chair stands. This is probably one of the best, simplest exercises you can do for your legs and glutes. It directly mimics the movement of getting up from a chair. All you need is a sturdy chair. Start by sitting towards the front of the chair. Feet flat on the floor. Shoulder width apart. Lean forward slightly from your hips. This helps engage your glutes and push up through your heels to a standing position. Then, slowly lower yourself back down until you lightly touch the seat. Don't just plop down. Control the movement on the way down. That eccentric lowering phase is just as important for building strength. Start with a height that feels challenging but doable. If a standard dining chair is too low, you can use a chair with arms to help push off initially, or even place some firm cushions on the seat to make it higher. The goal is to be able to do this without using your hands eventually. How many should you do? Start small. Maybe just 5 repetitions. See how that feels. Rest for a minute. Then try another set. Work up gradually. Maybe next week you do 6 reps. Then 7. Maybe you add a third set. The important thing is consistency. Doing a few chair stands every day, or even every other day, is far more effective than doing a lot once a month. As you get stronger, a standard chair might become too easy. That's fantastic progress. You can then move to a slightly lower surface, or even try standing up from a sturdy ottoman or low bench. Remember to keep your back straight and engage your core. Imagine pulling your belly button towards your spine. This helps protect your back and builds core strength too, which is vital for stability. Another simple bodyweight exercise is the wall sit. Though this might be a bit more challenging to start, stand with your back against a wall, feet about shoulder width apart, a foot or two away from the wall. Slowly slide down the wall until your knees are bent at about a 45-degree angle, or as far as comfortable. You don't need to go all the way down to a 90-degree angle like you might see in a gym class. Hold this position. You'll feel your thigh muscles working. Start by holding for just 10 or 15 seconds. As you get stronger, gradually increase the hold time. This builds static strength in your legs, which is great for endurance and stability. Again, listen to your body. If you feel knee pain, stop. This might be something you build up to after gaining strength with chair stands. What about something for your core and back? Simple marches in place while standing can work your core and improve hip flexor strength, which helps with walking and lifting your legs. Standing tall, gently lift one knee towards your chest, keeping your back straight and engaging your core to stay balanced. Lower the leg slowly and repeat with the other leg. Even holding onto a counter for support while doing this is perfectly fine when you're starting out. You can also do seated core exercises, like simply sitting tall in a chair and gently twisting your torso from side to side, keeping your feet flat on the floor. This helps maintain mobility in your spine. Consistency is the magic word here. Just like tending a garden, you need to water and nurture your muscles regularly. Even 10 or 15 minutes dedicated to these simple movements a few times a week can make a world of difference over time. You'll notice getting out of chairs feels easier, climbing stairs is less tiring, and you just feel more capable and confident in your body. It's about regaining and holding on to that functional independence. It's not about vanity, it's about freedom. Imagine being able to get up from playing with a grandchild on the floor without groaning, or confidently navigating uneven ground. That's the power of functional strength training. Start small, be consistent, and celebrate every little bit of progress. Feeling your legs get just a tiny bit stronger is incredibly empowering. And alongside building that strength, there's something else that makes a world of difference when it comes to moving freely and easily, and that's flexibility and mobility. Think about it. If your joints are stiff and your muscles are tight, it's like trying to move in a suit of armor. Getting up from a chair or bending down becomes a much bigger undertaking because your range of motion is limited. Stiffness is another common companion of aging, often due to less activity, changes in connective tissues, and sometimes conditions like arthritis. But, just like with strength, you can improve flexibility and mobility with consistent, gentle effort. Flexibility is about the length of your muscles, and mobility is about how well your joints move through their full range of motion. You need both for fluid, easy movement. When your hips are tight, getting that forward lean needed for standing up from a chair is harder. When your hamstrings, the back of your thighs, are tight, bending over or reaching for your feet is a struggle. When your ankles are stiff, your balance can be affected. Addressing these areas can have a profound impact on your daily movements. Simple stretching is key. And again, we're talking about gentle, accessible movements, not pushing yourself into painful positions. Think of it as easing your body into more freedom of movement. One easy stretch you can do sitting in a chair is a hamstring stretch. Sit tall, extend one leg out in front of you, heel on the floor, toes pointing up, keeping your back straight. Gently lean forward from your hips until you feel a stretch in the back of your extended thigh. Hold for 20-30 seconds, breathing deeply. Repeat on the other side. This helps counter the tightness that comes from a lot of sitting. For hip flexors, which can get tight from sitting and make it hard to stand up straight, a gentle standing stretch is effective. Stand near a wall or chair for support. Step one foot back, keeping both feet pointing forward. Gently bend the front knee while keeping the back leg relatively straight, feeling the stretch in the front of the hip of the back leg. Keep your torso upright. Hold for 20-30 seconds per side. This stretch is a game changer for many people feeling hunched or stiff through their hips. Ankle mobility is often overlooked, but it's crucial for balance and walking. A simple calf stretch against a wall can help. Stand facing a wall. Hands on the wall for support. Step 1 foot back, keeping that leg straight and the heel on the floor. Gently lean forward, bending the front knee, until you feel a stretch in the calf of the back leg. Hold for 20-30 seconds per side. Doing this regularly can improve how you push off when you walk and your stability. Remember to stretch gently. Without bouncing, you should feel a stretch, not pain. It's about persuading your muscles to lengthen, not forcing them. And consistency is vital here too. A few minutes of gentle stretching every day, or even just after you've warmed up your muscles with some light movement, can make a significant difference over weeks and months. Think about incorporating it into your routine, maybe while you're watching the news, or before you go for a walk. Even just doing some gentle shoulder rolls, neck turns, and reaching overhead can help maintain mobility in your upper body, which makes tasks like getting dressed or reaching into cupboards easier. Improving flexibility and mobility isn't just about making movements easier. It can also help reduce aches and pains that come from tight muscles pulling on your joints. It helps improve your posture, making you stand taller and feel more confident. It contributes to that overall feeling of ease and capability that we're talking about, that mark of a rare gem. By dedicating just a little bit of time each day to gently stretching and moving your joints through their range of motion, you are actively working against the stiffness that can limit your world. It's a powerful way to invest in your physical freedom. Now that we've discussed building strength and improving flexibility, let's talk about something else that is absolutely foundational for maintaining your independence and feeling confident in your movements. And that's balance. Balance is like our built-in stability system, but it can become less efficient as we age. Our senses that contribute to balance, like vision, the inner ear, and proprioception, our body's awareness of where it is in space, can decline slightly. Muscles that support balance might weaken. This is why falls become more common and more concerning as we get older. And feeling unsteady on your feet can make you hesitant to move, which in turn leads to further decline. It can become a vicious cycle. But here's the empowering truth. Balance is a skill you can practice and improve. You can train your body's balance systems to be more responsive and reliable. And the best part is, many balance exercises are simple and can be done almost anywhere. One straightforward way to work on balance is simply by standing with your feet closer together. Start with your feet hip-width apart, which is your usual stable stance. Once that feels comfortable, try standing with your feet together. This immediately makes your base of support smaller and challenges your balance more. Make sure you are near a sturdy counter or a wall that you can grab onto if you feel unsteady. The goal isn't to fall. It's to gently challenge your balance in a safe environment. Hold this position for 30 seconds. As you get more comfortable, try holding for longer, or even try closing your eyes. Only do this if you are very secure and have something to hold on to immediately, as removing vision makes it much harder. Progressing from standing with feet together, you can try standing in a tandem stance or heel-to-toe position. Place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other foot, like you're walking on a tightrope. Again, stand near support. Hold this position for 30 seconds, then switch which foot is in front. This position directly challenges the kind of balance you need when you're walking, especially on uneven surfaces. The ultimate balance challenge for many is standing on one foot. Again, always start with support. Hold on to the back of a sturdy chair or a counter. Gently lift one foot a few inches off the floor. Try to hold for just 5 to 10 seconds initially. As you improve, gradually increase the hold time. The goal might be to hold for 30 seconds on each leg. As you get stronger and more confident, You can try this exercise without holding on, but only when you feel absolutely safe. This exercise is incredibly effective because it requires strength in your standing leg and core, as well as coordination from your balance systems. Another wonderful way to improve balance that also incorporates gentle movement and mindfulness is practices like Tai Chi or Qigong. These ancient forms of exercise involve slow, deliberate movements that shift your weight and challenge your balance in a fluid, controlled way. Many community centers and senior groups offer classes specifically designed for older adults. The slow, graceful movements are low impact, easy on the joints, and have been shown in numerous studies to significantly improve balance and reduce the risk of falls. Even following along with a gentle Tai Chi video at home can be beneficial. The key with balance training is consistency and safety. Make it a regular part of your day. Maybe while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, you practice standing with your feet together. While you're brushing your teeth, you practice standing on one foot while holding onto the counter. Small, regular practice is more effective than infrequent, long sessions, and always prioritize safety. If you feel wobbly, don't push it. Hold on to support. It's better to practice safely with support and gradually decrease reliance than to risk a fall. Improving your balance gives you greater confidence to move through your day, to navigate stairs, steps, and uneven paths without that nagging fear of falling. It's a huge step towards maintaining your independence and that feeling of being capable and steady. Of course, none of these physical practices work quite as well if our bodies aren't getting the right fuel and support from the inside out. So, the next piece of the puzzle is nutrition. Eating in a way that supports muscle health, bone strength, and overall vitality. As we age, our bodies might not process nutrients exactly the same way, and our needs can shift. What we eat plays a direct role in our energy levels, how well our muscles can recover and grow stronger from exercise, and the health of our bones, which are the framework supporting everything we do. Protein is particularly important. It's the building block for muscle tissue. As we get older, our bodies actually need more protein to maintain muscle mass than younger adults do. But many older adults don't get enough. Aim to include a source of protein with every meal. This doesn't mean you need to eat huge steaks every day. Think about lean sources like chicken, fish, eggs, beans, lentils, tofu, Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese. Spreading your protein intake throughout the day is more effective than eating one big protein meal. Maybe eggs for breakfast, a chicken or bean salad for lunch, and fish or lentils for dinner. Snacking on a handful of nuts or a small container of yogurt can also boost your protein intake. Adequate protein helps your muscles repair and rebuild after you challenge them with those strength exercises we talked about. Alongside protein, calcium and vitamin D are critical for bone health. Strong bones reduce the risk of fractures, which can be a major setback to independence. Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are classic sources of calcium. But if you can't tolerate dairy, fortified plant-based milks, almond, soy, oat or juices, leafy green vegetables like kale and broccoli, and canned fish with bones like sardines are also good sources. Vitamin D is essential because it helps your body absorb calcium. Our bodies can make vitamin D from sun exposure, but as we age, this process is less efficient, and many of us don't get enough sun exposure, especially in certain climates or seasons. Getting enough vitamin D through fortified foods like milk, cereals, and some yogurts or a supplement is often recommended. It's worth talking to your doctor about whether a vitamin D supplement is right for you and what dose you might need. Don't forget about hydration. Water is vital for every bodily function, including muscle function and joint lubrication. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, dizziness, and even affect your balance. Make sure you're drinking water consistently throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. Thirst can be a less reliable signal as we age. Keep a water bottle handy and sip from it regularly. Herbal teas and diluted juices can also contribute to your fluid intake. Eating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats provides your body with all the vitamins, minerals, and energy it needs to stay strong, flexible, and balanced. It's not about strict dieting, it's about nourishing your body with good, wholesome food that supports your physical goals. Think of healthy eating as providing the best quality building materials for your body's maintenance and repair crew. Combining good nutrition with consistent movement is a powerful recipe for maintaining that functional ability. It allows you to get the most out of your exercise efforts and supports your overall energy and well-being. Building strength, improving flexibility, practicing balance, and fueling your body well. These are all incredible steps towards maintaining that rare level of physical capability we're talking about. But there's one more crucial piece that ties it all together, and that's consistency and mindset. It's not enough to try these things for a week or two. The real magic happens when you make them a regular, integrated part of your life. Consistency is more important than intensity. Doing a few chair stands every day is better than doing 100 once a month. Spending 5 minutes gently stretching daily is more beneficial than a long, painful session every few weeks. Making these habits stick requires a shift in mindset. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, "I'm too old," or "It's too late for me." But that simply isn't true. Your body, even in your late 60s, 70s, and 80s, is still capable of adapting and improving. It might be slower than when you were younger, and that's okay. Progress isn't always linear, and there will be days you feel more energetic than others. The key is to keep showing up for yourself most days. Find ways to make it enjoyable or at least manageable. Can you combine your balance practice with watching your favorite show? Can you do your stretches while listening to a podcast? Can you schedule your short walk with a friend? Habit stacking, pairing a new habit with an existing one, can be very effective. Maybe after you have your morning cup of tea, you do 5 minutes of gentle stretching. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to where you were last month or last year. Celebrate the small victories. Maybe last week, getting out of that low chair felt really hard. And today, it felt just a little bit easier. Maybe you walked an extra block without feeling tired. Maybe you balanced on one foot for 2 seconds longer. These small steps are progress, and they are worth acknowledging and celebrating. Each little improvement builds confidence and fuels motivation to keep going. Listen to your body. There will be days when you feel stiff, tired, or have aches. On those days, it's okay to modify or rest. Gentle movement might help stiffness, but pushing through sharp pain is not advisable. Learn the difference between challenging your muscles and hurting yourself. If you're unsure about any exercise, especially if you have existing health conditions, talk to your doctor or a physical therapist. They can help you find safe and effective ways to build strength and improve mobility specifically tailored to your needs. Remember why you're doing this. You're not doing it just for the sake of exercising. You're doing it to maintain your freedom, your independence, and your ability to enjoy your life. You're doing it so you can continue to participate in activities you love, spend time with your family without feeling limited, and navigate the world with confidence. That motivation, that vision of yourself as that capable, rare gem, is incredibly powerful. It's never about perfection. It's about progress. It's about making a commitment to yourself and your well-being. Think of it as an investment of a little bit of time and effort today for huge dividends in independence and quality of life tomorrow and in the years to come. It takes courage and commitment to push back against the natural tendency towards slowing down, but the rewards are immense. By consistently incorporating strength training, flexibility exercises, balance practice, and nourishing your body with good nutrition, you are actively building and preserving the physical capabilities that are becoming increasingly rare. You are choosing to be proactive about your health and independence. It's not about magically reversing age. It's about optimizing your body's function for the age you are, allowing you to do the things you want to do for as long as possible. Imagine the confidence you'll feel when getting up from any chair is effortless, when navigating stairs feels easy, and when you feel steady and secure on your feet. That is the freedom that comes from being that rare gem. These habits aren't complicated, but they require dedication. The surprising truth is that while these abilities might be rare, the path to maintaining them is accessible to almost everyone. It's not about winning the genetic lottery. It's about making conscious choices and putting in consistent, gentle effort. So, I encourage you to pick one thing from what we've talked about today. Maybe it's starting with chair stands, or dedicating 5 minutes to gentle stretching, or making sure you get protein with every meal. And start there. Just one small step. Once that feels like a habit, add another. Over time, these small, consistent actions compound into significant improvements in your strength, balance, and overall ability to move freely. You have the power to build and maintain that rare level of capability. Remember, small changes can make a big difference to your health and happiness. It's about empowering yourself to live your best life at every age, on your own terms. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one small step you're going to take this week to work towards being that rare gem? Share your thoughts and experiences below. We can all learn from each other. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more ways to live well and thrive at every stage of life. Thank you for watching. Live your best life at every age.